Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. It's your business to take your company to the next level, which is what my good friend, the one and only Charles Alvarez, he does all the time with this company called Cornerstone Business Academy. That's cornerstonebusinessacademy.com. I've worked with them. Our companies have worked with them, and been only grateful for the great work he does. Kind of give us a little bit of an overview of what you're all about, and then introduce your guest to us today. Charles?
Well, Happy New Year, Kevin, and everybody listening. I am the president and CEO of Cornerstone Business Academy, and what we do is we help companies scale their business while also experiencing all the benefits and free time that true business ownership has to offer. And none of that happens until you generate a lead. And we've got the pleasure of having Bo, a brand extract, with us today, who has a fantastic company at doing just that in lead generation and branding a company. Bo, welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, kind of start off with your elevator speech. Give us that panoramic overview.
Well, Brand Extract, our focus, we inspire companies to create, transform, and grow. And what we mean by that is we really help companies find out who they are uniquely, using that word purposefully, and define their position in the marketplace, the types of clients and companies they're looking to work with, and then help them express that in the market to measure and define goals and find their next opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Charles?
So, Bo, can you kind of walk us through what are the main challenges that you find that your clients have, and how does your company specifically help address and overcome those challenges?
In many cases, our clients don't really know what they're selling. They may have a widget or a thing that they make or a thing that they do, but they don't really understand or are expressing the full impact that they're having on their clients' businesses. And usually what happens is, after a few conversations with them in a more creative environment and a more creative discussion, we're able to help them really kind of find what makes them unique in the market and start to target their audiences a little bit better.
I'm looking at your website, brandextract.com, and very impressive, and particularly in terms of your clients and how you guys are personally not only building a brand for your clients but for yourselves. Kind of give us an overview of the verticals that you work in and the size range in terms of revenue of your clients.
Yeah, our clients, typically what we try and focus on is clients that are looking to grow, clients that are looking to kind of sustain their position in the marketplace, or their size really, that works well, but from a branding standpoint, we may not be needed. Clients that are usually in the size of, 5 to $50 million, up to 200 to 250 million, or kind of middle to large, small, middle to large, private, small public, fit for us. The main goal, I think, or the main objective for the clients we work with, is that they're looking to find kind of tangible results and maybe move to the next level, or they've lost track of their market and they're trying to find, how to get there.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Charles.
So, Bo, can you kind of give us an example of a client that you have worked with here in the recent past, and kind of what their challenge was and what you did and what some of the tangible results as a result of what you did for them were? Yeah,
I think a good example for the audience would be Chem Stations. They are a small but global software developer. They develop basically CAD for the chemical plant building industry, and their main focus was they worked a lot with large engineering firms, large firms that did that work around the world. Their competitor was AspenTech, which is a really large software company as well. But ChemCAD's ability to work closely with their customers and the engineers that they served really differentiated them. And one of the unique things we found there was it was really marketing them on LinkedIn, which was a surprise. The engineers typically are good at doing whatever they do and don't really like help. and what we found was they were really good at helping engineers, and part of that was they were chemical engineers themselves. But an interesting thing, once we got them positioned and got their messaging right, was we found that chemical engineers bought this software or considered this software on LinkedIn. They were doing well in Google search and AdWords, and they were doing well in their general marketing. But for some reason, chemical engineers looking to use this type of software were really looking to do these trials on LinkedIn, which was really kind of funny. And so we were able to increase significantly their software downloads and trials through a pretty aggressive LinkedIn campaign. And that's usually what ends up happening. A lot of marketing, I would say, for most people is an experiment to begin with, but we're at a point where you can really start to see behaviors and track these things more effectively. They've been a great story for us and growing globally and growing in different markets.
So what kind of trends are you seeing happening, in the way branding is done and way branding is perceived?
Well, I think in one case, branding 10 years ago was everybody wanted to talk about logos and trademarks and colors and fonts, and the reality is people are starting to understand that branding is more of the intrinsic or the non-tangible value of your product. What gets you the premium pricing, or what makes someone pick you over another person, more frequently at higher prices. And what we're seeing is people are becoming more and more sophisticated about tracking and managing the value of their company and the value of their products and services, and that's what a good defined brand strategy can help do. Not just positioning, not just finding the message and making you look the way you need to look and sound the way you need to sound, but also being able to track behaviors and clients' behaviors. In this market, it's going to be really interesting, and I guess in the market we're in, the Southeast, with the changes in oil and the economy going on, a lot of smaller companies are going to be able to grab greater market share during this downturn, as opposed to larger companies. They're going to be able to hold on, and companies in the middle who usually get creamed might be able to find a nice opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very good. Got about a minute left. Why don't you wrap it up with your thoughts, Charles? And by the way, Charles can be found over at cornerstonebusinessacademy.com.
One of the most, and we work with a lot of our clients on, helping them scale their business and, working with the marketing firms. The reason I have such a high opinion or high regard for Brand Extract is because of what Bo said at the very beginning, which was we help identify what our clients sell and what makes them unique. In a study done by Yahoo Small Business, less than 3% of companies are able to articulate and communicate their uniqueness to the marketplace. So if you're looking to really make an impact and grow your market share, I highly, highly recommend you give Bo and his team over at Brand Extract a call.
Yeah, that's a great way to close it, and I encourage people to check it out as well. Thanks to both of you gentlemen.
Thanks, guys.
You bet. When we come back tomorrow, we, of course, are going to have much more for you. Do want to remind you, the show now operates in so many different layers thanks to our association with the Biz TV Network. Learn all about how you can watch us every week on Biz TV. We have a daily radio show plus daily content at usatoreview.com. Check it all out at priceofbusiness.com. Have a great day. Spend it right here on this station.